and give a $100,000 bounty for another SDR? Is there a company with a large SDR team that doesn't make as much as us so we can buy? Can we hire 5 recruiters to speed up the process? Can we fly all of the SDRs in person to get them trained up faster so we don't lose cultural issues and we can get them on-ramped in 3 days rather than in 30 days, right? Can the top 2, most experienced guys who have some blank space, have them sub in? Bingo, right? All of these have costs, obviously, but of the costs, they're still worth it. So you're not getting what you want because you're not attacking the problems you have enough times in enough ways. So you're trying 1 or 2 things and then saying like, I tried that and it didn't work. I tried Facebook ads. I tried making content. I tried hiring a salesman and it didn't work. It's like, no, it's not that it didn't work. It's that you weren't skilled enough to make it work. Very big difference. And so you're going to tell me that no one on earth has ever had the same problem that you have right now? And of those many people on earth who've had it, no one solved it? You have somehow come across the Gordian knot of problems. No one has hired more than 5 SDRs in this period of time for a company of this size? Of course they have. And that's why those people won. And they didn't just accept that it wasn't possible within this timeline. And so the rules that I would encourage you to live by is that unless the laws of physics prevent it, consider it mental handicaps that your competition gets to live by and measure themselves by. Not a suggestion, a recommendation, and certainly not a fucking law, right? Industry standards are a handicap that you let your competitors use and think they're doing well. That is the gift that we get as soon as you get out of this belief. Because if you want to be average, use industry averages. And most industry average businesses suck. Right? Why would we look at them to judge ourselves by like, oh, this guy's completely broke and distracted and has no idea what he's doing. I should look at what his numbers are and say, oh, we're about the same. Is that an accomplishment? Should we be looking forward to something like that happen? Like if you want to be the best, use physics and math and then work backwards. And so I think something that'd be really good to finish on is this great piece by Jeff Bezos. And I want to read it too because I think it just really drives this point home. Differentiation is survival and the universe wants you to be typical. This is my last annual shareholder letter as CEO of Amazon, and I have one last thing of utmost importance I feel compelled to teach. I hope all Amazonians take it to heart. So here's a passage from Richard Dawkins' extraordinary book, The Blind Watchmaker. It's about the basic fact of biology. Staving off death is a thing that you have to work at. Left to itself, and that is what it is when it dies, the body tends to revert to the state of equilibrium within its environment. If you measure some quantities such as temperature, the acidity, the water content, or the electrical potential in a living body, you'll typically find that it's markedly different from the corresponding measure in the surroundings. Our bodies, for instance, are usually hotter than the surroundings. And in cold climates, they have to work hard to maintain that differential. When we die, the work stops.